Ooh, yikes, I don't really fuck with Oprah like that. But I'm scared not to go because she might send her goons after me and my wife. Okay? So maybe I should just get on a plane and go because that's the feeling that you get from Oprah. Like if you don't do what Oprah says, then there will be consequences. Hence, Monique. Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, bellies. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, talking about Jennifer Lewis, the mother of Black Hollywood. After Charmaine moved out, I had time to face the fact that things with Terrence were pretty bad. For one thing, I realized I was getting a little tired of picking up the tab all the time. But I wasn't willing to give up on us. I was asked to perform on a gay cruise to Alaska, but like a damn fool, I took Terrence with me. What came of that? Me threatening gay men left and right. When I thought I caught them looking at Terrence, I'd say, this one's mine. Don't fuck with him. If you do, I will sink this ship like the Titanic, ladies. I never thought that I was the type of person that would fight for a relationship, okay? Because I felt like if I was getting ready to fight a fool for a fool, then let them have that fool. But then when I got to the point where, you know, you put so much effort into the relationship, you ball up your fist and throw some blows, okay? Because you know the work that you put in on the relationship. And I'm not just talking about just cheating. I'm not talking about that. But the therapy that you put into it, the time, splitting bills together. Not in this case. Not in this case, because you know this man ain't got no damn money. Ain't nothing wrong with looking, okay? But if you try my wife, we gonna have some danger around here. And I'm not playing. Look at me. As much work as I done put into my marriage, and now one of you, silly young hoes think that you get ready to walk up and just, jiggle in front of my wife. Oh, bitch, I will take you down for that one. They laughed, not realizing I was dead serious. I love my gay babies. Ultimately, Terrence broke up with me. Isn't it always like that? Isn't it always like that? You know damn well you supposed to left that relationship 22 years ago. And then it takes for him to leave you for the relationship to stop. It was usually me who ended my relationships. In a last-ditch effort to heal our relationship, we ran off to Japan. After nearly 8 years together, Terrence abandoned me halfway up Mount Fuji. This is how she knew the relationship was over. Okay? Ladies, it's always just something so simple. I'm telling you, you look at your girlfriends and you say to them, bitch, are you going to leave that ninja ever? Don't even worry about it. Because when a woman gets to her breaking point, she will break. Wait, they there hiking together. Not my type. Not my stilo. Ooh, my wife be like, baby, can we go hiking and kayaking? No. You're going to have to find a friend to hike and kayak with. Not old femme bitch. That won't happen. Okay? But you're going to have to find you a friend because I am not going to be surrounded by stinking ass fishy water. That's not going to happen. And or climb up mountain where I can, sprain my ankles because I got the propensity to snap an ankle. So anyway, the weather started dropping, right? Jenny is like, oh, I think we might need to go back because it's getting cold. Turn said, well, I want to go forward. I want to finish climbing and get to the top of this mountain, okay? Now remember, this is the same guy when they first met that gave her his last piece of cake, whatever the hell that means. She realized in that moment, this ninja just left me, mentally, not just physically, but mentally. Because why would you leave your partner behind? If there's nothing that's your wake up call, that is. That cloud is calling me, he said. I want to go all the way to the top, Jennifer. So you go on and I'll meet you back at the hotel. I slowly and precariously crunched my way down to the mountain. The temperature dropped a good 10 degrees as the sun set. Within moments, it was damn near pitch black, and I could neither see or hear anyone else on the trail. He was launching. That's my breaking point. If that ain't a wake-up call, bitch, that's your wake-up call. Him leaving you in the pitch black in another country with no regard for your safety, oh, that's enough. Within moments, it was damn near pitch black, and I could neither see or hear anyone else on the trail. Okay, y'all, my alpha ass was no match for Miss Mighty Mount Fuji. Jennifer Mother Hunchy Lewis became plain old scared. Worst of all, I could not avoid acknowledging that actions speak louder than words. Say it. Terrence's action had shown me what he was not man enough to tell me, that he was no longer there for me, that he no longer prioritized my well-being, and that our relationship was in fact over. I managed to climb down the dangerous trails by myself and make it back to the hotel just fine. You need to get used to it because that nigga ain't there for you. After appearing for 6 years as a regular cast member on Strong Medicine, the top-rated show on Lifetime, I got the horrific news that it was being canceled. There were many what the F's thrown around by me. I soon calmed down when Reuben Cannon called and offered me Tyler Perry's Medea's Family Reunion. I really needed this job, but the offer came in extremely low. I was disappointed because I had already done so many low-budget independent films for Reuben Cannon. I don't know where I got the balls from, but I said no. I was thinking to myself, fuck the mortgage. I want to be respected in this business. I've worked hard on myself and found the strength to just say no. Okay, Monique. 2 hours later, Tyler Perry called and said, Jennifer, what do I have to do to have you in my film? I gave him my quote, and he said yes. Now that's respect, because it's hard to get them cheap-ass Virgos to come up off a dime. A few months later, I went to the premiere of Cars, in which I voiced a 1957 Cadillac named Flo. The premiere was in Charleston, North Carolina, at a NASCAR event. Jesus Christ, what a scene. The roar of the car motors was deafening, and everyone in the stadium seemed to be eating fried turkey legs and drinking kegs of beer. Oh, fried turkey legs? Yeah, I guess that's good. I don't know. It's just something about eating meat that big. I don't even like, that's why I don't even like to make turkey wings. Secret, y'all, when I make turkey wings, I just make them for my wife. Because I can't eat that big ass meat. It's just something about, like, if I in a store and the chicken wings look too big, I'm like, what is that? Why is that chicken wing that big? What are they giving that chicken wing to eat? Hormones. And I don't want no part of no meats that got a whole bunch of hormones in it. I mean, it's happening anyway. Did y'all know? Okay, you're welcome. But did y'all know that beef and chicken went up 40%, but seafood has not risen a dime? And child, the public dude told me that if you find some drumettes, call him and let him know. Or party wings. Let him know, because you can't find them anywhere, child. And then the chicken wings that they had there was so big and disgusting. Child, we in trouble.
Bertolt Brecht, a German born at the end of the 19th century, was known for stories steeped in history and told from the perspective perspective of the poor and downtrodden. He wrote a play called Mother Courage and Her Children while in self-imposed exile from Nazi Germany.
Mother Courage was produced by the Public Theater in the outdoor Delacorte Theater in Central Park. I was asked to play the part of Yvette Pottier, performing opposite Meryl Streep. Before casting me, George C. Wolfe, the director, auditioned dozens of women. Every actress in the world wanted to work with Meryl Streep. George's assistant told me that after auditioning about 30 women for the role, George put his head in his hands and said, "Who can I get to play Yvette?" She has to have classical training, be able to sing, and have enough presence to share the stage with Meryl and Kevin Kline.
He suddenly flashed back to me clowning during the run of The Diva is Dismissed and entertaining the office staff by reciting Portia's monologues from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. George shouted at his assistant, "Get me Jennifer Lewis on the phone." I was thrilled to face the challenge of Mother Courage.
In reality, despite my nervousness, I had the time of my life working with Meryl Streep. She was generous, brilliant, warm, and appreciative of my talents. She wrote me a note on opening night calling me the Great One. It brought me to tears. In the few weeks we ran, more than 3,000 people saw the play. Celebrities, average folks, and all my gypsy friends. I felt honored when Tom Hanks brought his wife Rita backstage to meet me. The reviews of Mother Courage were good. I was honored. I want to know, did Tom Hanks go back there and tell you, "Give me back my head, bitch"? I wonder if he said that to you in front of his wife. Okay, he probably didn't. Okay, because he know that that's a little disrespectful for him. So many negative connotations that you can imply with that statement, girl. But if you ain't bothered, okay. I was so happy when my 4 sisters agreed to come out to Los Angeles to see my wonderful new home. I wanted the house to look and feel special for them, so I ran around madly shopping for linens and home accessories. I called Mark Brown, that's one of her friends from the industry. I think Mark Brown also helped her to write some of her one-woman shows, if I'm not wrong. Rattling off all that stuff I needed to get. He let me talk until I ran out of breath. Then he asked where I was. Bed Bath & Beyond. I answered immediately. Mark knew I was in a manic mode. He said, "No, you aren't. You're at Bipolar, Bath & Beyond." Well, of course, that moment led to another one-woman performance piece called Bipolar, Bath & Beyond. The show was about my turning 50 years old, surviving failed relationships, and of course, therapy. After one of the shows, an audience member introduced herself as a journalist with Jet magazine. Here we go. That mother, Jet. You cannot trust them ninjas. I told you the Jet is the Tasha K, okay, of the 80s and the 90s, y'all. Oh my God, you cannot. Ooh, if somebody be like, "Oh, I'm a Jet editor," I'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me call my PR people to see if I can even look at your ass first. Jet magazine, because them niggas terrible. They treacherous, okay? They will feed you a cupcake and then throw your ass in a gutter the very next week. After one of the shows, an audience member introduced herself as a journalist with Jet magazine. She told me the show resonated with her because her brother had bipolar disorder. Naturally, I said yes to her request for an interview. I don't know, girl. I don't know. On closing night, after the piece ran in Jet, I got a phone call from Oprah. Actually, her producer, Jackie Teller. "Miss Lewis, I am calling for Oprah Winfrey, and we're doing a show on bipolar disorder. And Miss Winfrey was wondering if you would be a guest." I flew to Chicago. I hate that Oprah has so much power, because if somebody'd be like, hey, Nay, Oprah wants you to come down there, I don't know, to talk about, I don't know, your tendrils or something, right? I'd be like, ooh, yikes, I don't really fuck with Oprah like that. But I'm scared not to go because she might send her goons after me and my wife. Okay, so maybe I should just get on a plane and go, because that's the feeling that you get from Oprah. Like, if you don't do what Oprah says, then there will be consequences. Hence, Monique. You know, 50 Cent has said that if y'all don't unblackball Monique, then I'm going to have to step in. Girl, what is you going to do? What is you going to do, 50 Cent? You going to create another show and make her the star of that show? Because you know 50 Cent got the power to do it. Basically, he can do anything that's associated or adjacent to power, child, and he'll get whatever he need or want. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one.